Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video today is going to be a channel update. I have a couple of basic things that I want to focus on. The first is going to deal with some of the copyright issues that I've been trying to work through lately. And then the rest of the video is going to focus on my potential plans for the rest of 2019 in terms of things I'd like to do on the channel, especially other series that I'm interested in watching and doing reactions to. Alright, so let's get into the least enjoyable part of this first, and that is the copyright issues. So some of you may have noticed that Expanse videos are on pause at the moment, yet again. And if you had the opportunity to go into the community tab and read any of my posts over the past few days, you will understand why. But if you didn't, here's what's going on. So if you watched my video on Miller and Julie, you'll know that I did something a bit different with that than usual. And I kind of got a strange thing that happened. About 2 or 3 days after that video was posted, I received a copyright claim from a company calling themselves Lasso Entertainment. They were claiming that they owned the rights to The Expanse, and so they wanted to take any monetization from my video for themselves. I happen to know that they don't own any rights to The Expanse. The Expanse is owned by Alcon Group and Amazon, and just like previously when NBC was making claims when they no longer own this, I didn't particularly like that, so I filed a dispute. This time, I was even more concerned because Lasso Entertainment clearly, unlike NBC, this company has never had anything to do with The Expanse. And happily enough, they actually agreed with my dispute and they retracted their claim. So all went back to normal and I thought everything was fine. Until I went to post my video for Season 2, Episode 8. And that video was not only claimed immediately by Lasso Entertainment, but blocked immediately by Lasso Entertainment. And over the past few days, I have been repeatedly re-editing, re-uploading, trying to contact Lasso Entertainment and dispute this claim because, again, they don't own The Expanse in any way, shape, or form, but they have declined my dispute this time around and continue to block Season 2, Episode 8. I've also been trying to communicate with YouTube, Team YouTube, Alcon Entertainment, various people associated with The Expanse on Twitter to see if anyone here can do anything about this group making fraudulent claims. Since they clearly don't own The Expanse, they shouldn't be able to claim or block any of my videos. The only people that should have the right to even try doing this, even if the video is under fair use, which it is, the only people that should be able to try doing this are Alcon Group or Amazon, and they are not. This is a fraudulent claim. I had hoped it was made in error, but the fact that they're continuing to claim it suggests to me it's not. And this kind of goes along with something that's been happening on Amazon lately, which is that fraudulent groups, basically scammer groups, have been coming along and claiming the videos of smaller channels in an attempt to take the money from those monetized videos. And at other times, and this I'm worried is what's happening here, they will just block videos and attempt to actually go so far as to give the channel copyright strikes. If you receive copyright strikes, it's very damaging to your channel. So what has happened in the past with scammer companies and small content creators is they will receive a strike and then the scammer company will blackmail them and say, if you pay us a certain amount of money, we'll retract the strike. And that's what ends up happening. So I'm a little concerned that's what's going on here. Regardless of whether it is, though, even if it's a mistake, Lasso Entertainment, which I believe is actually the Lasso Group being their name off of YouTube, has no claim to The Expanse, and they are not letting my Expanse videos be posted. So if any of you are able to, say, go on Twitter and retweet any of the tweets I've put out lately, or tweet yourself to YouTube, Team YouTube, or anyone related to The Expanse, maybe we can make enough noise that can help with this. I don't know, but it seems this company has been doing this for a while and causing a lot of problems for a lot of channels. So, for the time being, what am I going to do about The Expanse? Well, Season 2, Episode 8, which is in 2 parts, both Part 2 and Part 1 videos, are currently up on my Patreon page. So You can access them there if you go to Patreon. The reason they're able to be up there is because I was able to upload both videos to my Google Drive and then post a link to Drive through Patreon. That's one benefit of Patreon that is not available through YouTube, obviously. I am aware that a lot of people are not able to donate through Patreon, and so I'm sorry if you are unable to do this and you can't get the episode for that reason. At the time being, I don't really have any other options open to me. I'm still disputing, I'm still trying to contact people, I'm doing everything I can, but for now, the episode is available in both parts through Google Drive on my Patreon, which I will post a link in the description below if you're interested in that. And Season 2, Episode 9 should also be posted tomorrow, so we are continuing forward for the time being. I am also going to try to post Season 2, Episode 9 up to YouTube. I apologize for the phone ringing. I'm just gonna ignore that. Maybe it'll work. You know, maybe Lasso Entertainment has only flagged some things, and so the next episode won't come up. That actually happened with me with Hannibal and a scammer group. So maybe that'll work out. I don't know. But the point being, I am going forward with The Expanse. Even if you aren't seeing videos on here, it's happening. It's going to be happening through Patreon and maybe in the future somewhere else. I don't know. But for now, that's what I've got while I continue to fight this. And I do apologize for any inconvenience, but that's what I'm left with for now. Alright, so that's out of the way. Let's move on to the much better, more fun stuff. So, future plans for 2019. To start with, I have big plans for Game of Thrones, my favorite show of all time. As you guys know, Season 8 is coming up in less than 2 weeks now, so I am going to absolutely be reacting to and reviewing every episode of Season 8. My plan is to watch it on Sunday night, react to it on Sunday night as it comes out, because I'm not patient enough to wait later than that. And then hopefully I'll be able to get that edited and out to you by Monday. Maybe I'll also do some little videos during the week thinking about things, talking through theories about the episode coming up. I just know I'm going to be very invested for that 6 weeks, so there should be plenty of Game of Thrones content related to the final season coming up very soon. But in addition to that, I'm also going to have another Game of Thrones reaction series that's starting right from the beginning. And that is because my father has actually never seen an episode of Game of Thrones and knows pretty much nothing about it. He's able to kind of stay out of media. You know, he doesn't really go online at all. He doesn't, so he's completely blissfully unaware of anything that happens in Game of Thrones. And I've been trying to tell him he should watch it for years, and he hasn't been, you know, he's just like, oh yeah, I'll get around to it, but he hasn't. And so I finally convinced him, though, since I now have this channel, I've convinced him to sit down with me and watch every episode from the beginning and film some reactions. He's quite a character, so it should be fairly entertaining. I'm gonna start actually filming with him pretty soon. I don't know if the first episode of this will be out before my episode for the new season. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm gonna try and get some up pretty shortly.
You know what the annoying thing is? Like, whenever I think he's gonna do it right now.
Sorry guys, my computer, all my technology is apparently betraying me right now, but yeah, so that should be coming up soon, and it'll be a full reaction series to Game of Thrones from the beginning with a complete newbie, my dad, who has no clue what's happening and is a very entertaining personality, and I'll be there in the videos with him too. I'm not going to be spoiling anything for him. Part of the fun for me is going to be watching him freak out about stuff. And I'm also hoping that after the first few episodes that my sister will be able to join us for some of the reactions as well. They have a pretty hilarious dynamic. She can't come around at the very beginning because she's pretty busy right now with work, but we're trying to plan it going forward. So I'm really excited about that. One of the things that I wanted to originally get into, even reaction videos, before I started my own channel with Feldhaus, was I wanted to film my dad watching Game of Thrones. So I'm really psyched for that. And then also, I currently have a list going of TV shows that are coming out in the near future. Most of these, I believe, are going to be in 2019, that are on my potential shows list. So I just wanted to share some of these with you guys, get your opinions, and then you can comment anything in the comment section about these shows, like if there's any ones that stand out that you're like, yes, please definitely do that. If there's any ones that you're like, nah, I'm not interested at all, please feel free to comment that. And then of course, if you have other suggestions, things I haven't mentioned, do feel free to list those too. I'm willing to look into anything, potentially. So I currently have written down, other than Game of Thrones and The Expanse Season 4, which will be coming out later in the year, I have the second season of Mindhunter from Netflix. I thought the first season was phenomenal, and I'm really looking forward to that, very impatiently waiting. The third season of Stranger Things is coming out this summer, and I was a big fan of the first two, so I'm absolutely going to be watching that, and I think that could be fun reactions. HBO and BBC are teaming up to do a new adaptation of the His Dark Materials book series by Philip Pullman. I love those books, so I'm out of my mind excited for this. I'm really hopeful for it. So that is definitely on my list. HBO is also producing a adaptation of Watchmen, so I'm curious as to how that's going to come out. Hopefully optimistic, I don't know, but I think I'm going to give it a try, so that'll potentially be on there. I know season 2 of American Gods is currently going on, and some people have suggested that they'd be interested in me watching that. I watched season 1 and loved it. I love the book, so I'm considering doing that in the future as well, but I just have to look into, you know, how Starz is with reactions. So if anyone has any idea of if they're open to reaction channels and series, or if they just hit you with copyright claims, please do let me know. That'd be good to know. Netflix is producing a show based on The Witcher. The Witcher, that'll be coming out, and I'm curious to see that, so that's definitely a possibility. Netflix also has Jessica Jones Season 3 coming out, and I definitely want to watch that. And then Killing Eve Season 2 is going to be coming out very soon, and I'm thinking that I'd like to jump in on that because I really liked the first season. So we'll see if anybody's interested in that. Let me know. Then I also have a couple other series written down here that I'm not 100% certain if they're coming out this year or if it'll be 2020. But whenever they come out, I definitely want to watch them. And that is Amazon's Lord of the Rings television show, which is apparently set in an earlier time period. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, probably not a shock, but when that comes out, I definitely want to watch it. And Westworld Season 3. So, lots of stuff happening through HBO in particular. And then I have another series written down, which is the new Star Trek series, not Discovery, but the one that's going to focus on Picard, that's going to be coming to CBS All Access. But I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to do that as a YouTube show, because it seems as though CBS is like the strictest when it comes to copyright things. You may or may not know that I currently have a Patreon exclusive Penny Dreadful reaction series running, so that's only on Patreon. I tried to start that up on YouTube and was just annihilated, shut down by copyright from CBS. So that is currently only on Patreon, and so maybe the Picard series might end up being a similar thing. You know, I grew up watching The Next Generation, and I really want to watch that show, so I'm going to watch it whether I do a reaction series or not, but that's definitely a possibility in the future, though it may be Patreon exclusive only. Yeah, and so that's my extensive list of possible shows, so please, again, leave comments, tell me what you think, if there's any that you really, really want, or if you have other suggestions too. Some of these are actually suggestions that came from my patrons on Patreon, so thank you guys for that. Especially since some of them were shows I knew about but had like slipped my mind. And then finally, last thing that I'm going to say for upcoming future stuff is obviously more Mortal Kombat 11 videos are coming. The game comes out near the end of April. I'm really psyched about it, as you can probably tell from all of my trailer reactions and my gameplay stuff from the beta. And you may have seen that I made a little tutorial, beginner's guide for Jade. I'm currently working on one for Scarlet as well, based on the beta. And so I have various ideas for Mortal Kombat 11 videos. There will be more tutorials coming for various characters. Hopefully there will be some more in-depth ones as well as I get more into the game, but definitely more beginner's guides for various characters. I'm going to do more gameplay videos. Maybe I'll actually eventually end up streaming if there's enough people that are interested in that. And 100% I'm currently planning to do a filming my story mode walkthrough, and I'll be posting those videos online as well. So lots of Mortal Kombat content coming too, if you're interested in that sort of thing on this channel. So yeah, tons of big plans, guys, and I apologize about the depressing news regarding the Expanse. But hopefully that will end up being cleared up. As I said before, if you've got Twitter and you've got any access to any of these people, please do reach out if you're willing, or just retweet my tweets to them. Maybe we can get some attention going. But hopefully with all of my other plans, you heard some stuff that sounds good to you too. So again, leave me questions, comments. I'll be happy to hear anything you guys have to say. And other than that, I'll just say thank you very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.